He asked for answers, didn't ask for the right ones. I used to tutor a subject for my uni called psychological statistics. It is one of the major requirements for any psychology related major and minor. Any other science can take this in place of their statistics course if their section is full. I had been tutoring students for a while at this point, and there are always a few students that come in and say, can you just give me the answers for the homework / quiz / exam? And I would always give the default response of I can't do your homework for you. I can help you find a way that works for you to do it though. Or I don't know what's going to be on your quiz / exam. I'm a student just like you, I just tutors. Normally this stopped people from asking, and they'd stop coming to my hours or sit in and got the help they needed. However, one semester a student, so intent on doing nothing, came to my hours and pushed me so far that I just stopped enjoying something that I loved doing. He would come in every single one of the sessions I had, and he would ask again and again, hey, can I get the answers for homework X? This wouldn't be so bad. But he'd stay the whole session and just sit there on his phone, and at the end before leaving, would ask again, hey, can I get the answers for homework X now? After it got to the 5th week I was hitting my boiling point, so I asked the professor who I took the class with for their advice on the situation. He had a smug smile on his face and said give him what he's asking for. I was very confused, but before I could ask anything he said he asked for answers, didn't ask for the right ones. I smiled at that. The next session I think you could feel the anticipation coming off of me when he showed up and sat at my table. He pulled out his notes and said to me, hey, can I get the answers for homework X? I said sure. I'm pretty sure he thought he'd broken me. Oh, how he was wrong. The next 3 weeks for me were great. The only thing I was worried about was if my other students would hear me give him the wrong answer and use it. The best thing about this is the homework gets graded a week after being handed in. If he would have checked the website he would have seen he was not doing good on any of the homeworks, but he was an arrogant prick. Hope he enjoyed that 30% of his final grade. Edit. I did say this above, but yeah, to make thing more clear, I'm a student, not a professor. Also I'm going to just paste here part of something I said below. This class was just an elective fill-in credits. I honestly wouldn't have had a problem with his whole this isn't important, do it for me attitude and presentation of himself. Classes that are required for a core understanding of most anything, maths, English, or the respective language of your area in the world, sciences, etc. are things we should have at least enough of an understanding so to not only impede ourselves, but the progression of others around us. I completely have empathy for people who need help, who need tutoring, because you shouldn't be left to fail if you just needed a guiding hand in the right direction. Those subjects, however, need to be grasped by the person so they can progress. Just doing my job as things fall apart. Sorry for the long post. I worked at a bookstore in the cafe. We got a new cafe manager that was completely clueless. Myself and another person were the most senior in the cafe. I worked more hours than the other guy, so we took over a lot of the manager's workload. She had never worked in any form of food service and never was properly trained. She had no idea how to do inventory, ordered a bunch of wrong stuff that we couldn't sell. It was a hot mess, so we stepped in when she nearly had a breakdown. She was clueless when it came to use a computer. The bookstore got a new manager and she was a hard ass and liked to micromanage everything, especially the cafe, as this was her past position at another store. She came in and tried to do an overhaul of the cafe, asking all sorts of questions that the cafe manager couldn't answer. Basically I did all the talking as I was doing the manager's job. In all honesty I didn't mind it. I like to work hard and I wanted to work full time. I thought this could be my chance. New manager wasn't pleased with any of it and thought I took over the cafe because I was bossy. No bitch. An incompetent person was hired and couldn't find her ass with both hands. I was told flat out, do your job. Okay, no problem. I showed up on time, did my work within the perimeters of the job description. No more inventory assistance other than the basic counting. No more ordering or keeping track of what's sold best, etc. No more merchandising or updating the shadow boxes. No more helping do the cafe schedule. I just did my job like I was told. Place was clean and tidy as always. Customers were helped. Display case was always filled with product. Tables were bussed and coffee carafes were always filled. But we ran out of things like milk, chocolate to make mochas, coffee sleeves. She ordered way more product than our fridge and freezer could hold. Also a bunch of stuff that we had ordered before that never sold, but she liked it, so that's why she ordered it. 4 boxes of loose jelly belly beans instead of the packaged kind, which we couldn't return because she opened all 4 boxes. Inventory was counted but not entered into the system. That was her job. Merchandise in the shadow boxes wasn't changed. Within a month the store manager came in and did another inspection, and she was horrified. Things on my end regarding my job description was on point, but when it came to the overall management of the cafe, nothing was in order. Store manager turned to me asking why things were slipping through the cracks, why we had over 800 medium cups but no lids, what's with all the bran muffins in the fridge, how come none of the inventory was in the system, why the merchandise didn't reflect the theme of the month for the store or the specific holiday that month, how come certain local vendors had not been paid. I simply stated I was told to do my job and those responsibilities do not fall in my job description. She was none too pleased. 2 weeks later I got reassigned to the bookstore registers and a bunch of newbies took over. Oh lordy. Regular customers were complaining left and right and would come up to me asking what the hell is going on. A few weeks later I got a call to ask if I could come in and take a shift in the cafe as 2 people called out sick and I was trained to do the work. Sorry, but that's not in my new job description. She wasn't happy. A few days after that I got a new job. Decided instead of giving notice I just didn't show up. Manager called asking where I was. I said working at my new job and oh I quit. She said you have to give notice. Welp, you never gave me notice about switching my job, so this is the best you are going to get. People don't quit jobs, they quit managers.